Could you raise a kid to speak only a made-up language? What would happen? And by made up, I mean like a constructed language, not like a natural language that developed in a community. Well, people have actually kind of done this before, except they usually teach the kid a natural language as well. So there's actually a decent amount of native speakers of the constructed language Esperanto, and that was just like invented by some guy. And even crazier, one guy taught his son the language Klingon from Star Trek. And in all cases, the kids basically learned the languages as if they were natural languages, except for some caveats. The first caveat is, like I said, they're all bilingual, so they would usually prefer their natural language just because there's more of a community with it. And I think the Klingon kid eventually just forgot Klingon because he was focused on English so much. But the second caveat is actually the cool part. When kids learn a language that's designed by humans, their developing language brains kind of notice a lot of inconsistencies and clunky grammars and stuff. And basically they try to iron it out in ways that make more sense to them. Kids also do this for natural languages too. So for instance, they might say, I maked a picture instead of saying I made a picture because it's more consistent to use the ed ending. But what if you raise a kid speaking only a made up language? I mean, it would be kind of messed up because they wouldn't be connected to a community or anything, but let's say you raise an entire community of kids speaking this made up language. They would probably be able to learn it as the creator intended and be able to communicate it as if it was a natural language. But over time, they'd probably develop a lot of grammatical and vocabulary innovations to make it even more natural. So basically, the more natural you make the language, the less they're going to need to change it. Probably don't do this though, but I'm just saying you technically could.